Howdy YouTube, my name is Brocster. No, I'm not talking necessarily to my audience, I'm talking directly to YouTube, though my audience, if there is any at all, is welcome to listen. After spending a couple months here as a creator, I feel like I have to get something off my chest, and I'm speaking not only for myself, I think I'm also speaking for a good majority of the YouTube community. Before we go forward, let me take you back. I've been a part of the YouTube community in some capacity for, well, I'd say the majority of my childhood. Not necessarily as a creator, but as a viewer. I used to watch videos of all sorts, from gaming to skits. I've had a good amount of viewing on this platform. And as the years have gone by, I've noticed that YouTube has gone through a sort of change. Back in the golden days of YouTube used to be such a free and wonderful place. You saw content of all kinds, and people back then didn't have to worry about monetization or the amount of money that they would get from the type of videos that they made. They didn't have to worry about strikes by violating some of the most minuscule community guidelines. It used to be a place of freedom. But as the years have gone by, YouTube has become a lot more corporate. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily a bad thing. I mean, YouTube has been able to make a lot more money, and in doing that, its creators have also had the opportunity to make a lot more money. But I've noticed that some of YouTube's decisions have also become a lot more corporate, and this is not a good thing. I've seen in recent years YouTube continue to make bad decision after bad decision, and in doing so, it has made them, the more high brass area of YouTube, make a lot more money. Its creators have, unfortunately, began to struggle. Now, in fairness to YouTube, I'm not upset with some of these decisions. I can understand a couple of them. I can understand where they might be coming from. But these past few months has rubbed me the wrong way, and it really has kind of revealed to me YouTube's game, what YouTube is trying to get at, what's YouTube's motivation, who do they care about, and it is not the creators. So, YouTube, let me talk about your most recent decision, because this is the main reason I'm making this video. This is what has driven me over the edge. Your decision to remove the dislike button is perhaps one of the most idiotic ideas I think I've ever heard. Now, before you click off, I would beg that you please listen to my points and what I have to say, because you seem to not be doing that with a lot of your creators. So let me get this off my chest, and then you can do whatever you want to do, whether that be nothing or something. Let's deconstruct this at a molecular level, all right? You said that by removing the dislike button, your main reason for doing so was to help out your creators' mental health, to stop hate attacks. And while that sounds like a very wonderful excuse, it is just that, an excuse. I want you to look at the reality of what you've done. By removing the dislike button, all you've done is blocked the viewers by seeing how much dislikes that a video has. But you yourself said that creators can easily look into their analytics, into their YouTube studio, and see how many dislikes that their video has. So, if this was really about protecting your creators, wouldn't you probably remove this feature? Do you think that this will stop these attacks, these massive dislike attacks? Because it doesn't. Because people still know that their creator that they are targeting will get disliked. The only difference is now they don't have the satisfaction, I guess, of seeing it, but they know that they are doing some damage in some sort of way. So your idea of hiding it from your community and not necessarily your creator is horrible. Hiding it from your viewers not only still hurts the creator, but now you're hurting a wider audience, one that is millions and millions strong. Now that's just the creators. That's just the creators. I deconstructed your entire argument with one solid point. That point being, they still see the dislikes that they get, so your idea of removing the dislike button was a farce. It was horrible, and it did nothing. It did nothing but hurt your platform even more. And again, that was just the creators. Now let's talk about your wider audience. Let's talk about your main source of income. That's the people that actually log on to your platform and watch the videos that you allow your creators to make. Now they don't know what kind of videos they're watching. Have you forgotten why the dislike button was put into your platform? It was to see if the video that people are watching is good or bad. It is a rating system so that we can see what kind of video we're watching. You have removed the ability for people on your platform, your audience on your platform, to see if they are about to watch a good video or a bad video. And I'm not just talking about quality. I'm talking about the type of message, the type of people that you put on your platform. We have no idea what it's like. This isn't just about seeing if a video is good or bad, but this also has some safety risks. Removing the dislike button has hurt people in a lot more ways than I think YouTube, thinks that it has. Not only do you have funny videos on your platform, it's not all entertainment. Some of the stuff people look on YouTube for is instructional. It's to help them if they need to get something accomplished. People have gone on to YouTube for a lot more serious questions. How to perform CPR, how to reconstruct electrical things. Both things and a multitude of others that, if done incorrectly, can kill people. Now, this is an extreme, I will admit that, but still. People go on your platform to look at these types of videos because maybe they are in dire need of it, but now they don't know if the video they're watching is good or bad. God forbid they click on a video that is CPR, but it's done incorrectly. If you had dislikes and you saw the dislike ratio, it would be easy to point out if the video you're watching is correct or incorrect, because the people that make up your entire platform would be quick to call it out, despite what you might think about your own community. But the reality is now we don't know. Or if somebody's doing something electrical, and the person that they're watching is doing it incorrectly, and they don't have any electricity going through, they're just doing it for show. How will we know now? But I think what ticks me off the most, YouTube, about your decision is not only that you did it, but that it's still here, because it's been a couple months, and if you've looked at your own video, I want you to scroll down to the first 50 comments. I challenge you to find one comment that was in support of your idea. I want you to find one creator with a check mark and see if they supported your idea or not, because I can tell you right now, I can spare you the time, they do not approve of your idea, and it really just, it's so sad. Maybe you're self-conscious about YouTube Rewind. Maybe it's just for sponsors. I don't know. But whatever your reason is, YouTube, I want you to know that you're hurting your own platform. And you're hurting it really bad. People lately have been leaving the YouTube platform at unprecedented rates and or thinking about retiring. And I'm not talking about small fish like myself. No. I'm talking about your big creators and a lot of other creators who have publicly come out against your idea and your decision to remove the dislike button. And yet, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard a rebuttal. I haven't heard a comment. You're not helping anybody. Nobody here thinks that it's a good idea. And yet you continue to do it. And it's just really sad that YouTube has come to this point. It's baffling because there's hundreds of I would say millions of people who disagreed with your decision to remove the dislike button, and you're still doing it. And it's just sad. So, YouTube, if you really cared about your community, why don't you talk about it? Why don't you have a panel with some of your creators or with some of your people? And I'm sure they would love to tell you about your idea to remove the dislike button. If you really cared about your platform and its people, listen to them. That's all I'm asking. Just listen to your people. Not me. Not necessarily me. I'm just a messenger. Listen to your higher brass people, the people who complain about the dislike button, the people who are hurt by removing the dislike button. If you just put in a little bit of effort to talk to your community and not ignore them like you usually do, I think that this platform would be a lot happier. But again, maybe I'm just talking to a brick wall. Maybe I'm talking to a corporate entity that doesn't care about its people anymore. Maybe YouTube has gone too commercial. I don't know. I guess that's for you to find out, YouTube. That's all I wanted to say to you, YouTube. That's all I wanted to say. I want to talk about your horrendous idea. I want to let the people watching this video to know about my thoughts about this horrendous idea. And people who are watching this video, do you agree? Do you disagree? Comment. That's all I have to say. So YouTube, my name is Brocster. I bid you all adieu, and I hope that you wake up.